RuPaul's Drag Race. Y'all know me, I'm OG. I'm from season 2 and season 3 of Drag Race, okay? And the prize was $25,000. Sure. Doesn't matter, I didn't win it anyway. So, I called Alyssa. First, she called me after she saw me on season 3 of Drag Race. The first opening, season 2 actually. She said, Miss Angie. Girl, what are you doing over there on TV like that, girl? Girl, why didn't you call me, girl? I could have helped put you together, mama. You're a project girl, mama. I said, wait. I said, Alyssa, but you know what? You should audition for RuPaul's Drag Race. She said, now what the do I look like? Gig no, girl, that ain't my gig, girl. What they want me over there for, girl? I said, Alyssa, you need to do the audition. Girl, what all I gotta do, girl? Just set up a camera, girl. I don't even have a phone, girl. I'll use a beeper, girl. She had a phone. It was no I do feel so yeah, I really do. But it was great, and she did the audition tape, and I'm gonna tell, this is secrets, right? I can tell this, right? So originally, Alyssa,
easy.
Look, I got a box. They put me in a box. They owe me something. I can say something, okay? With no breathing holes in the box. So, Alyssa was actually almost cast for season 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race. That's a true story. They get down to the final, like,
Girl, I got to the finals, and I did. Oh, look at the producers in the front row.
This is good.
No, this is really good. So I got to right at the very, I'll never forget, at the very end, and I'm like, girl, I don't know if I can go on TV. And at this time, they had auditioned my dance studio for Dance Moms before they did Dance Moms Miami. And I said, I ain't doing all that. I'm not going on TV. I don't got time for that. I got to run this dance squad. I got to teach these children to twirl. I do not have time to do all this right now. Shangy, don't bother me with this. And so, in my final little interview,
yes,
the lady said, oh gosh, this is a good one. She says, Alyssa, I read something online. I said, well, girl, that was your first mistake. You know that. The intranet is the work of the devil. So girl, don't call me with what you read online. I gotta go teach this jazz class, and I got a contemporary class, and I got a parent-teacher conference after. What is it? And she said, can I get 5 minutes of your time? I said, 5, go. And she said, I'm seeing that, who's Coco Montrese? I said, I don't know her. What do you mean you don't know? I said, I don't know her. I actually said, I don't know him. Picture of you, and I said, what? I won Miss America. I did. 50 contestants, all male, 5 categories. I won every category. And she said, y'all give a fuck for that. This is a rock over here, don't we, girl? All right. And she said, don't you steal my show either. And then she says to me, what is this about this crown being taken? I said, baby, I don't know what you're talking about. That crown is on my mantle in my house over here in Mesquite. Where are you looking? And she said, well, Coco said, I said, sweetie, your 5 minutes has I will not get on national television and embarrass and humiliate myself in front of all. And at this time, this really is a secret. None of my dance moms in Mesquite, the families, knew, they knew I was, they didn't like my granny said, okay? You were different. You were special, Justin, you were special. But they didn't know I did drag, and they actually found out when season 5, when the promo was released, baby, the chat line for the dance moms had went viral. This is Justin right here, just full-scale Cleopatra. I said, look, I don't want to get into no squabble, no debacle, no debate. I did all of those things. I feel like it was a setup. I think I actually casted her now that I think about it. love you, but you're not fit for this season. I said, excuse me? I called Shangela. I said, girl, I just got my first rejection letter.
And I didn't believe it.
She said, you're lying, you're going, you don't want to tell me, you don't want to tell me. The next thing I know, season 5 comes around. Here she says, ring, 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 ring. Alyssa, I need you, we're going to get you ready. I said, no, girl, I can't do it. I'm not doing it, girl. My spirit was shaking.
But I told her, Mama, you are great TV. Isn't she fantastic?